Hi, it's Archie from Brown Bear Herbs. Today, I want to talk to you about raspberry leaf and gentle and protective. Gentle and protective is one of our smoking blends that's helpful for people that are feeling emotionally overwhelmed, feeling psychically overwhelmed. Like if you're really sensitive to other people's energies, let's say you're a little bit woo-woo. Let's say you have some adrenal issues, maybe because of smoking marijuana or um, stressful life that you've had. Um, Adrenal issues can be caused by marijuana smoking, which can lead to paranoia, which is a symptom of adrenal issues. But adrenal fatigue can be caused by other stresses in life. Anyways, they can make you feel a little bit paranoid. So if you have a tendency to be a little bit paranoid and or you just know that you're really sensitive to other people's energies, or you know that you're an emotional puddle at times, or you're just going through some difficult times, Gentle Protective is a great smoking blend. It has raspberry leaf, organic raspberry leaf, organic lavender, mullein. All our herbs are organic. Occasionally we'll use a wildcrafted herb, which means it's gathered from nature. But the herbs are tested, so you can rest assured that you're smoking something that's been quality checked to make sure it's good for you. Gentle and Protective blend is really popular on its own, just like as a pre-rolled cigarette. A lot of people really enjoy the blend. But if you are trying to wean yourself off of tobacco, getting the roll your own is great because you can roll in less and less tobacco over time, and that has really helped a lot of people with tobacco cessation, especially people that are sensitive to other people's energies or smoking for more emotional reasons. Now, if you have a lot of anxiety and you like CBD, getting the roll your own pouches and mixing in a little flour is kind of like they work really well together. The flour, CBD flour, and the herbs in Gentle and Protective really work well together. So those are two fun ways to use the Gentle and Protective roll your own that people are enjoying, and I love to hear your experiences with that. So it's a very simple blend, but with all my blends, the amount of each herb that's in the blend really makes a big difference. And we recently had a batch that was misblended. So there was a very different amount of raspberry leaf in it. And I was like, you know what? How is that going to affect me? How much does that raspberry leaf matter? Or how little does it matter? And there's only 3 herbs in the blend, so it must matter. But I smoked it and I was like, wow, the original blend that I made was really the way I want it to be. The raspberry leaf, it's soothing. It's really, I wanted to focus on the raspberry leaf today because raspberry leaf is my favorite herb to discuss the differences between smoking an herb and taking it as a tea or a tincture. So when I drink the raspberry leaf tea, it is grounding, it is very soothing. I can really get a strong feeling of all the mineral content in there. Like it's a really mineral rich tea. You can feel it like your body's like, yeah, minerals. And then it's also really often used for women's health. And so like when I meditate while I'm drinking raspberry leaf tea, I feel that going to my uterus and that area, and it really has an affinity to that area of the body. So, and that's true for different herbs. Some herbs are lung herbs. If you meditate with them, even if you're not having any lung issues, you'll feel like kind of like your lungs are being highlighted. Like there's a lot more energy there. So that's it as a tea. As a tincture, I'm still finding it to be soothing. It's still tonifying to the female reproductive organs. But you're not getting the mineral content. So you're not feeling that like richness in that way. my least favorite way to take raspberry leaf is as a tincture. And then when you smoke it, it's really amazing. Great for both genders. It's definitely an herb that's fine for both genders, or any gender. But when smoked, anytime you're smoking, it's going into your subtle body and affecting your mind more than the rest of your body first. So you don't have to digest it. So you're getting a quick experience of the herb, quicker experience than if you were having to drink and digest. And it's less physical, more energetic. So with raspberry leaf, I feel like it's this like soothing of the energetic field. It feels like a kind of like fairy godmother type of feeling, or like a hug. Really soft, gentle, but not flimsy, like a solid, comforting feeling, like somebody you can depend on. Like you can depend on your fairy godmother. She's not just like fun and floaty. She's grounded. That's how I think about raspberry leaf and experience raspberry leaf as a smoking herb versus tea and tincture. They're just different ways of experiencing the same herb. And I feel like raspberry leaf is one where it's more dramatic, the difference between taking it as a tea and a tincture and a smoking herb. So, and I definitely found that I don't think of raspberry leaf as a grounding herb, but because it is focused on the reproductive organs for women, that is grounding because it's bringing your energy down a little bit. So even as like a smoking herb where I'm feeling it more in like my subtle body and soothing my aura, if you want to think about it that way, I'm still finding that it's grounding and very comforting, really comforting. So I really like this. When I was going through a divorce, I was experiencing more emotions and feeling sad at times. And when I would smoke like one or two a day. 2 was like a big day. And I found it to be really comforting and soothing and just helping me get through those times. And it's not addictive, so it's great. So if you have a habit of smoking tobacco, and you're having stress in your life, like many of us are with this whole pandemic thing, it's such a bummer, to say the least, then, instead of going back to tobacco, trying the gentle and protective might be really helpful. And then if you have gone back to tobacco, trying weaning down or just switching to gentle and protective so that your emotional needs are addressed. It also has the other 2 herbs, lavender and mullein, are also protective. They have protective properties. Raspberry leaf has protective properties to your subtle body. Lavender I think of more as like people who are more psychically sensitive, versus raspberry leaf it seems like more helpful emotionally and hormonally, but it's fine for both genders, or any gender. It's not gender specific in terms of its emotional support. I feel like it's kind of like, if anything, maybe embracing the feminine side of yourself and the comforting, nurturing feminine side of yourself, or welcoming those energies into you. So whether you're like a hardcore masculine person of either gender, you can still welcome in that energy and be benefited by that. And then lavender, it is a really good herb for people who are psychically sensitive. In fact, people that have insomnia related to being like overly sensitive to psychic information often sleep better with just lavender. Such a simple remedy. So that's great. And then mullein does have protective properties too. It's in all the blends because it's helpful for your lungs, but it has energetically protective properties. So that's really nice because most of us could use a little bit more protection on a subtle level, just like a feeling of safety and being true to yourself. So that's my take on gentle and protective and raspberry leaf. I hope that you are, if you're having desire to smoke because of stress, or you're just having a lot of stress and you enjoy a smoke once in a while, I hope that you try out the Gentle and Protective. Or if you know somebody who is an emotional smoker, maybe give them a pack and see if they might try that instead of their more harmful tobacco stress smokes. Yeah, so if you like this video, please like and subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Instagram, and check us out on Patreon. Thank you.